Hello everyone, welcome to my review of Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie Pyramid of Light. According to the box on the DVD, everything else was just practice. We see how true that truly is. But this movie is supposed to take place between Battle City Finals and Waking of the Dragons. Pyramid of Light was produced by Focus, which I can't find truly what produce means, because it was I just see produced by Focus into a gap, which of course Focus would be involved with the production of the English version of Pyramid of Light for obvious reasons. But what I found with sources claiming Focus produced this is just produce, so I'm just assuming it's just with the English dub, because I have seen nothing to say one way or the other. But yeah, this movie was produced by Studio Gap and Focus. It was actually released in the States first, which might indicate Focus involvement in the original version. But again, I don't think so, because they're all cut scenes in the original version. But then again, it's not like the examples of when cars go from TCG to OCG, where the OCG make like boobs bigger or something like that. There's examples of that, so who knows from, the research I've come with on a concrete answer on that. But it was released in the States in August 11th, 2004, in Japan in November 3rd, 2004. It had a budget of $20 million, and it only made back $29.2 million. So it bombed kind of hard. Because for those who don't know, in general rule of thumb, for a movie's budget, you want times it by 2 for its marketing. It's not exact science, but you get more of a general idea how truly much money was spent on a movie. So it didn't make back its money. And by the way, the trailer is a special feature on this DVD. And by the way, I love how Joey, Taya, and Tristan are shown in outfits for Don True on the movie. The trailer spoils everything, yet lies to you. It's amazing. They basically show off new business scenes. And they hype it up way too much, but it's like, you kind of false advertising. But, again, besides the point. And I like to go over really just for one VA for a sec. Well, I guess two, English and dub, but I guess one wool, I should say. Anubis is played by Koichi Ichi, who also played Garba and Penny and Stalking. Umbra and Yugioh do Monsters and Armstrong in 5Ds. And then the dub, Anubis is played by Scott Wow, who also plays Drake and Otto and Pokemon, and Zane and GX. Now we can get on to the review. We get the scene of Yugi completing the puzzle at the same time as a team of people found Anubis. And I'm not super like my canon Yu-Gi-Oh, but this feels more like what Capsule Monsters is, really. It's kind of outside the bubble of canonicity with this scene, because this is not how Yugi completed the puzzle. And thanks to, just because of that, I'm just like, this, and the effect this has on the rest of the series, it's just none. It's just like, it's just, this is a silly retcon, but gotta build up Anubis, because, as Yugi put in the final piece of the puzzle, the team members got trapped in the tomb when they found the Pyramid of Light. A bunch of monsters come out of the puzzle. Yami Yugi handles it, and Anubis just kills a bunch of people because, he's called as King of Destruction in the sub-version, but he is more accurately named Lord of the Dead in the dub, which is what he is in each of mythology from the 2 seconds I spent on a Wikipedia article. Everyone got that doing Yugi fever, because the news is like, oh, Yugi is unstoppable, And we get to see a few familiar faces like Mai, Rex, and Weaver. and knock off Mako. We cut to a duel where Yami Yugi has all 3 God cards and Kaiba has a blue eyes out. Kaiba uses Power Station to fuse 3 blue eyes into the Ultimate Dragon. Kaiba plays Mega Move to double its attack. Obelix triple use for August use Energy Max, so ability to reach infinite attack points. Yami Yugi wins and it turns out to be a simulation by Kaiba. And then we cut to Pegasus, who has a bad dream about the gods being trapped in the Pyramid of Light as someone add a card to Pegasus' deck. Kaiba's Blue Eyes White Dragon jet to Pegasus Island to find a way to beat the god cards. And Pegasus mentioned he's retired, but we see in GX that's 100% not true. To add to, but I guess the movie not lining up with anime canon for those who truly care about that. Pegasus thinks that Kaiba's wonderful power is too dangerous to give him the card to beat the gods. Kaiba challenges Pegasus to an anti-rule doom and puts his three blue eyes on the line. Pegasus accepts. Pegasus plays 1,000 life points to play Toon World and summons Toon Gemini Elf. Pegasus sets the card. Kaiba summons X-Head Cannon and sets 2 cards. Pegasus plays Card Sanctity, so both players draw into 6 cards in hand. Pegasus plays cards down to lower the level of monsters in his hand by 2 by discarding a card. Pegasus summons Toon Dog Magician Go. Toon Gemini Elf attacks Kaiba directly and make him discard a random card. Toon Dog Magician Go attacks, but Kaiba uses Attack Guidance Armor to redirect the attack to Toon Gemini Elf and it gets destroyed. Pegasus uses Monster Reborn to bring back the Toon Gemini Elf from the grave. Pegasus uses Ultimate Offering to pay 500 to summon, to normal summon again. So he normal summons Toon Blue Eyes Dragon by tripling Toon Gemini Elf. Pegasus plays another 5 to summon Toon Summon Skull. Pegasus uses Star Code to banish his own X-Head Cannon by discarding a card. Kaiba uses Soul Release to banish Y-Head Dragon from Graveyard. Kaiba summons Z-Meditate. Kaiba plays half of his life points to play Return from a Different Dimension to bring back X-Head Cannon and Y Dragon Head to fuse him into XYZ, a Dragon Cannon. XYZ Dragon Cannon's effect activates by discarding a card and can destroy 2 more winning Kaiba of the game. Kaiba took 2 cards from Pegasus, even though it was only supposed to be 1 card. A lot of people showed up to Yugi's school to challenge him, which is just a bunch of adults hanging around a school waiting for high school to challenge him to a children's card game. Something about that is just beautiful, I guess. I don't know what to call it. Ridiculous. Yes, because it's Yugioh, everything is ridiculous. And Joey and Tristan holds the duelist off. Joey gets Fairy Lily on turn 1, which, Fairy Lily can't attack. But I guess the fun fact of the dub with this one is, it sounded like Fairy Lily was voiced by Serenity's English voice actor. So, do with that information as you will. And we do see Joey winning one of his duels. And then Yugi decided to pop his head out, which causes the duelist to chase after him. I mean, I don't know why he did that. Seems like a silly Billy move to me, but hey, it happens. Taya and Yugi hide out the plot museum with the Anubis stuff. The Pyramid of Light is there on display too. So Anubis, aka the King of Destruction, will be reborn if Kaiba, the King of Light, beats Yami Yugi, the King of Darkness. Yugi gets a vision of Yami Yugi losing a dude to Kaiba and Anubis hung Kaiba, which I don't know why they bother hiding his face. Look, Anubis with a jacket head looks 100% cooler than the Anubis we actually got. I'm just saying, they should have kept the jacket head like they did in the Vision. I'm just saying. But we don't live in that world. But Mummy walked out and stole the Pyramid of Light. Now, so in this movie, they really didn't give a backstory to Anubis, even though the advertisement, everywhere played up. While Googling stuff on my own, like I found advertisements claiming that the Pyramid of Light is the 8th millennium item. Now, if anyone knows how the millennium items were created, that's 100% a dog shit. But if you go on to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Wiki, they talk about how the Pyramid of Light basically was made to try to be a millennium item, but it wasn't fully be able to be a millennium item. So it's kind of like a knockoff, kind of like a Bayo making his own Ultimate 8 tricks, and Omnivores. Oh, I guess technically two Ultimate Alien. I mean, technically it was Alien Foes, but tomato, you get my point. But with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Wiki information, they have no sources, so I can't see anything in terms of that. But again, the closest is like a few magazine pages I found, but claims that the Pyramid of Light is the 8th millennium item, which again, that doesn't make sense at all, unless you, again, go into, it was a fake made. But then again, there's no sources I see backing that up. You can maybe use that as a headcanon type stuff. But yeah, it's just, Anubis has no backstory. He's just like, I'm from Yami Yugi's past. And that's it. Like, you notice how on the DVD, he's all the way back there. He's smaller than King's Knight, Dark Magician, and Dark Magician Go. The sad part is, King's Knight just used to bling out life away on the movie, and he's bigger than Anubis. Anubis literally, I feel like if they rework this to just be Kaiba versus Yugioh, I think whatever movie, but like, we won't have to deal with this nonsense that just doesn't add anything. At least if you have like a Kaiba versus Yugioh, it's just fun, But I'm going on my Anubis rant, probably a bit too early. Mokuba picks up Yugi to duel his brother, and notes like Kaiba is acting weird. Kaiba is so his pre-battle stage self-esteem and funny. Like he feels character regression, especially compared to where you look he is at Awakening the Dragon's arc and the Grand Championship arc too. It just feels like for this movie, regressed him. I know it's like he's acting weird, but he feels like through his kingdom, Battle Say Kaiba, opposed to like post Battle Say Kaiba. The duel begins. Kaiba summons Familiar Knight. Yami Yugi summons Queen's Knight and destroys Familiar Knight, allowing players to summon a level 4 monster. Kaiba summons Whale Mile Dragon. Yami Yugi summons King's Knight, which allows Yami Yugi to summon Jack's Knight. Yami Yugi sets the card. Kaiba sets the card. Yami Yugi tributes his monster to summon Slifer, the Sky Dragon. Slifer destroys Whale Mile Dragon. Kaiba plays Obligational Summon to make Yami Yugi summon the other 2 guards. Kaiba uses Pyramid of Light to banish all guards on the field. Pyramid of Light sucks Yugi, Joey, and Tristan into the puzzle, which has like the Pyramid of Light evading into the puzzle. Like, it's the soul, like the soul room, but like it seems like the Pyramid of Light inserted itself a bit into it. If that makes sense. Kaiba uses MST to destroy Yami Yugi's face down. Kaiba uses Pretend of a Dark Cloud and attacks directly. The damage is now real. Never seen that before. Everything was just practice. Okay, so Yami Yugi summons Magician's Valkyrie and destroys Pretend. Kaiba uses deck destruction virus when a dark monster is destroyed with 1500 or less attack. It's destroyed by battle. It sends 10 cards from Yami Yugi's deck to the grave. Kaiba removes Pentant so he can switch summon another one from his hand or deck. Kaiba summons Death Spell Imp and then uses Call of the Minds to draw until he has 5 cards in hand. After 5 turns, he has to discard his whole hand. Kaiba uses Wild Dragon Ritual by trimming Death Spell Imp. He can summon Paladin of Wild Dragon. Paladin destroys Magician's Valkyrie. Kaiba uses Paladin's effect to tribute itself to summon a blue eyes from deck. And also Kaiba sets the card. Yugi found Anubis' room, which has mummies. Yugi catches up with Tristan and Joey, who are being chased by mummies. Taya and Grandpa show up to the plot. It's about time. Yami plays premature burial by paying 800 life points. He can summon Magician Zachary from a grave. He also equips her with Mage Power, so she gains 500 attack for every spell and trap on Yami field. Yami sets 2 cards. Magician Zachary attacks Blue Eyes, but Kaiba uses attack guidance element to make the attack go to Patan, which triggers deck destruction virus, which takes another 10 cards from Yami deck. And now Patan gets summoned from the deck. Kaiba uses Polymerization to fuse 3 Blue Eyes into the Ultimate Dragon, and it destroys Magician Zachary. Inside the puzzle, we see that the Pyramid of Light crash into the puzzle for a cool little effect, which I think that just symbolizes the Pyramid of Light affecting the puzzle. Not that the movie explains it, but Yugi mentions that the soul wounds feel different, so it's applied. Well, the dub doesn't imply that, but the sub version does. So, I'm which version I'm taking the word of them. Of them. Anubis is using the life force of the duelist when he loses life points to bring himself back from the dead. Yami plays Monster Reborn to bring back Dark Magician Go, and plays Sage's Stone to summon Dark Magician since he has Dark Magician Go on the field. Yami tributes his 2 monsters to summon Sorcerer of Dark Magic, and it makes Ultimate Dragon lose its 500 attack for each spell cast on Yami grave, which is free. I would think he would have more, considering deck destruction virus, but I guess he only wants 3 spellcasters, basically. Sorcerer of Dark Magic destroys Ultimate Dragon. Kaiba passes his turn. Sorcerer of Dark Magic destroys Patan, and Sorcerer of Dark Magic negates and destroys deck destruction virus. Kaiba uses Monster Reborn on Ultimate Dragon and triples it to summon Blue Eyes Shining Dragon. Which, fun fact, for those who don't know, since Blue Eyes Shining Dragon came out in the TCG before Ultimate Dragon, you couldn't summon it for 2 years before Ultimate Dragon got its first printing in the TCG. Don't you just love the TCG sometimes? Even though I highly doubt people will be wanting Shining Dragon, but still, the point still stands. Shining Dragon gains 300 attack for every dragon in Kaiba's grave, so that's 1500 attack for 5 monsters. Shining Dragon is affected by Sorcerer of Dark Magic's effect and destroys it. Pegasus saves Mugbutt, Taya, and Grandpa from death. Pegasus made Shining Dragon by not Pyramid of Light. The King of Distraction just wants destruction. Who would have thought? Taya gets sucked into the Pyramid of Light and tries to get Kaiba and Yami to stop the duel, but it didn't work. Taya is now with Joey, Tristan, and Yugi. Zombie fight begins. Yami summons Big Shirogana, Kaiba sets the card, and then Shining Dragon destroys Big Shirogana. Yami uses Paw of Greed to draw 2, and since Wild Pawn was added to the hand via an effect, it special summons itself. Yami summons Obnoxious Captain Guardian. Kaiba has to send his whole hand to the graveyard thanks to Call of Demise, which causes Shining Dragon gain 300 more attack. Shining Dragon uses his effect to tribute itself to destroy the Pyramid of Light, but that didn't work. Anubis shows up, and honestly, again, if he had a Jagger head, he'd be a cool looking villain, but again, that's not the world we live in. Anubis takes over the duel from Kaiba. Kaiba's just I threw it on the ground. It summons Edo Sphinx and Sphinx Telia, thanks to the Pyramid of Light. Yami sets a card, Anubis sets a card. Telia destroys Obnoxious Captain Guardian by negating its effect, which the effect would be it cannot be destroyed with monsters with 1900 more attack. And Auto destroys Wild Pawn and deals half of its attack as damage to Yami, which it's just 100 points. You gotta get Yami down to 100 life points somehow. Yugi broke the eye in the puzzle room of Anubis to deal damage to Anubis' power. Yami uses double spell, but discarding a card. Yami uses a Monster Reborn from Kaiba's grave to get Shining Dragon, and uses it on the Pyramid of Light, destroying the Pyramid of Light and the Sphinx. Everyone trapped in the puzzle is now back. Anubis gets Theon, the Great Sphinx, and get stronger thanks to magic. Yami uses reverse to activate Kaiba's face down card that he had left behind, which was returned from a different dimension, to get the gods back. And the combine, which is, Slifer and Wing Dragon Ball was just chilling on opposite fists as lava appeals because, power of gods. Anubis turns into a giant goo jackal. I never thought I would say goo jackal in one of these reviews, but here we are. Oh, just in general, really, to be honest. I don't know when Goo Jackal will have come up in conversation. Shining Dragon beats Anubis for good. This movie, honestly, but again, the Anubis stuff is boring. Again, there's a reason why he's back here for DVD, because he doesn't matter. He's just so boring. He's up there with Alexander the Great. Okay, that's not a good comparison for him, because Alexander the Great was also a boring villain. But shoot, at least he was kind of more entertaining than Anubis. Anubis was just boring all around. At least Alexander the Great had a little entertainment value. But, I mean, that's near here, though. Yeah, I mean, this movie, again, this is very much a Dragon Ball Z movie in terms of, a non-canon romp to have fun, but there's no fun to really have with this movie. I mean, Kaiba vs. Yugi is entertaining, the problem is, you can't compete with Yugi versus Kaiba during Battle City. But it's direct competition, and you cannot compete with that. That duel is so top tier, and then you have this little duel, which is a good duel overall. It's just not. It doesn't have that much great heights compared to, it doesn't have the same feeling of greatness to it as Battle City's duel with two favorite duelists, or maybe not favorite duelists. I don't know your feelings on Yami, Yugi, and Kaiba. But it's also good to see Kaiba being Pegasus. I like to add, but some dub changes I'm gonna go over real quick before I give my own wang. Really, they really didn't explain call effects too well sometimes, and Kaiba never mentioned passing his tone that one time. And stuff like that. It's just little lines to Grandpa apparently has a pacemaker and a dub. And then Joey's also apparently the godfather of card games. Imagine that movie. It's just stuff like that. If there's a prophecy specifically about a knife in the dub, when the sub, Yugi was just I need to find a blunt object to destroy the eye thing. And then the scene with Taya trying to talk to Kaiba and Yugi, to be honest, is pointless. You cut out, it doesn't change shit. Because Yugi was already trying to stop the duel, but hey, And then Pegasus just loved to rag on Kaiba throughout the movie for losing to Yugi multiple times. He was relentless to Kaiba. And I think that's kind of all of dub changes I really want to go over. So I would give the Paramount Liar a 5 out of 10. If you just want to watch Yugi versus Kaiba, this movie fulfills that well, but Anubis, who gives a shit about? So I'd like to thank you all for coming out. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you dislike this video, give it a thumbs down. And hit that subscribe button if you want to see more Force reviews. And I will see you all next time. Bye.